So we are going to move into another topic, cofactor matrix. The cofactor matrix of a given matrix is the determinant of every position of that matrix. When we look for the determinant of every position of the element of the matrix, and we use it to form a new matrix, it is referred to as what? The cofactor. The cofactor. For example, we are going to look at how we find the cofactor of a given matrix. For example, given matrix A is equal to, let me say, minus 2, minus 1, 4, and 5. Now, if we were given this as a matrix and we are asked to find the cofactor, say find the word cofactor of A. Find the cofactor of A. Now, how do we look for the cofactor? We say that we are going to look for the determinant of every position in the matrix here. We look for the determinant. So now let's look at the solution. Let's look at the solution. So 1 and column 1. We are going to close this value minus 2 minus 1. We have 4 and we have 5. Now, we are going to close it. This determinant, we are closing row 1 and column 1. We will multiply this value here by plus 1 as its sign. Now, how do we get this sign? We have said this before. The addition of the row and the column of the element position, if it is even number, then the sign we are going to use to multiply will be what? Plus. But if the sum of the row and the column number is odd number, we'll be multiplying with what? Negative. So now let's look at this. So when we close the first row and the first column, what do we have? This is equal to plus 1 times what? We have 5. We have 5. So our answer is equal to what? 5. We are going to go to the second one. A1, 2. This time, what are we doing? Minus 2 minus 1, 4, and 5. So what we are doing in this, we are closing what? Row 1 and column 2. So when you close row 1 and column 2, 1 plus 2 here gives us what? 3. And because it is 3, 3 is odd number, we'll be using minus 1 to multiply. So we now have equal to minus 1 bracket. What is left here is what? 4. So our answer will now be equal to minus 4. When we multiply this time, this gives us what? Minus 4. We'll go to the next one. A2, 1. A2, 1. Now let's look at that. If we are taking this again, minus 2, minus 1, 4 and 5. We are closing row 2 and column 1. That is row 2, column 1. And we are multiplying by what? 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 is what? Odd number. So we are multiplying by minus 1. So this will give us what? Minus 1 times, what is left here? Minus 1. So our answer is equal to what? 1. So we'll take the last there, A, 2, 2. Minus 2 minus 1, 4 and 5. We are closing row 2 and closing column 2. What do we have? 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. Since 4 is even number, we will be multiplying by what? Plus 1. So this gives us what? Plus 1 times, what is left here? Minus 2. So our answer is equal to what? Minus 2. The symbol for cofactor is given as what? COF. Cofactor A is equal to, our A11 is equal to what? 5. So we write 5. Our A12 is equal to what? Minus 4. Our A21 here, the position is equal to what? We got what? 1. And our A22, the position we got there is what? Minus 2. So this is now the cofactor metric. Example 2. We want to find the cofactor of that. Cofactor B. Solution. Our B11. 1 plus 1 is 2. So 2 is even number. So we are going to be multiplying by plus 1. So we now say plus 1. Open brackets. Let's go. Plus 1. We are looking at this. We are closing 1 and 1. First row and first column. When we close it, what we have left is what? Minus 1. And that gives us what? Equal to minus 1. Minus 1 times this. So our B12. 1 plus 2 is 3. Since 3 is odd number, it becomes minus 1. We are multiplying by minus 1. So now let's go. We are closing row 1 and column 2. So we close row 1 and column 2. What are we going to be having left? We're going to be having what? 7. Let me see that. And this will become what? Minus 7. Then B21. B21. We are closing what? We are closing second row and first column. So if we close this second row and this first column, what are we going to get? 2 plus 1 first is 3. So it is the same minus because it's negative. So when we close the second row and the first column, what are we going to have left? Minus 2. So minus 1 times minus 2 will give us what? 2. And B22. 2 plus 2 is plus 1. So we are closing second row and second column. So the second row and the second column will give us what? 3. So 3 times plus 1 is the same 3. And this will now give us what? Our cofactor B. That becomes what? Now let's look at that. Our B11 is what? Minus 1. B12 is what? Minus 7. 21 is what? 2. And 22 is what? 3. This becomes the what? Answer.